is up, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the AK Show with your boy AK the Ref. How is everybody doing on this Friday? I hope everybody has had a wonderful week so far. You know what that means. If it's Friday, you've officially made it to the weekend. You know what it is. Give yourself a round of applause for making it to the weekend. We here on a Friday, you made it through another week. The first full week in the new year. Welcome to 2025. The first episode of the AK Show of 2025. We here on a Friday. Thank you for tuning in. As per usual, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. I didn't say this before in the last episode, but we have surpassed 1,500 subscribers. We're about 1,800. I'm hoping to be at like 2K within the next week. So we're going to keep pushing. Like I said, goals 500 every increment of 500 subscribers until we reach the ultimate goal of 1 million. That's the goal, right? 1 million. But right now we at 800. We got a long way to go. We just gonna keep pushing. We gonna keep going. Had my first guest on, 2 guests in the last 2 episodes of 2024. If you didn't see those, go check those out. They're on the YouTube channel. But we here in 2025, and 2025 is off to a rough start already. I feel like last year was off to a rough start. I mean, it is fucking. If you haven't been paying attention to the news, we have all these wildfires in California right now. It's took out one entire area already. They just started on Tuesday. Like all these houses in Palestine. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but in that area of California, I saw the pictures this morning, and the whole town just gone. All the houses gone. And then I was watching. It was on Instagram last night, scrolling, and like it moved to the Hollywood Hills, and it's just fucking terrible how these fires just start and they just get out of control through the wind just spreading. And so like I hope if you're in LA, I hope you're able to evacuate in that area and in the areas where the fire started and it's moving like to the LA area. I hope you're able to evacuate. Uh I'm gonna put in the description in the YouTube on the YouTube video links to where you can help support and donate to the Red Cross, donate to the firefighters so they can have funds to take care of people. I did read that Airbnb is hosting people for a week free of charge if they need it, if they lost their home. I know I've seen a lot of people that have lost their homes already in these wildfires, and that just fucking sucks. And then I was also reading that some of them don't have insurances or fire house homeowners insurance or house fire insurance because their policies weren't renewed. And so and the cost of houses in California is ridiculous. Could you imagine not having your insurance renewed or something like that? I was reading, and then your house gets burned and you have no money to fix it. And maybe I know there's like celebrities and famous people, they have that type of money to where they can rebuild, but not everybody's got money like that to rebuild. So it's going to be a long, tough road. Anytime there's a disaster like this, where there's like hurricanes, tornadoes, wildfires that are just burning rapidly, it shit sucks. 2025 is off to a horrible start, just like 2024 was off to a wild start. I just feel like every new year it's off to a fucking rocky start, and it just sucks. It just sucks. I fucking hate it. It sucks. You watching all these people's homes burn up, and what I think 5 were already confirmed dead in Hollywood when it hit the Hollywood Hills. It just sucks. And I'm watching Instagram live videos, and people are just stuck in traffic trying to evacuate and just trying to get out. I mean, it, it's it's horrible. So thoughts and prayers and to everybody out there in California dealing with this, and shout out to all the first responders, all the firefighters doing what they can. And I heard they're running out of water. Like, can we not get water from the ocean and do this? I wish my wife mentioned this morning because in the Midwest in Kansas City we got a big ass blizzard. We got like 18 inches of snow. If we could just somehow send all that snow that we got over here in the Midwest and send it over there, I don't know. Hey, we do whatever we can do to get these wildfires to stop because it's not cool. It sucks. And so, but in the links in the description is going to be links to where you can help support, donate, do what you can because this is a time we need to come together as one and just help the people that are in need. So, links in the description to help out, donate. Hopefully, these fires get under control sooner rather than later. Instead of hopefully it doesn't spread further across California because that it's just I don't know, man. It sucks. It's just fuck, man. 2025 is already off to a hot start. It's off to a hot start. What can we say? Over here in the Midwest, we had this big ass blizzard. I know in Kansas City, all across the state of Kansas, especially Kansas City area, we got like 18 inches of snow. This past weekend, I think it started with ice on Saturday, freezing, sleeting ice, and then late Sunday, like 3-4 in the morning, it just started snowing, and then it did not stop until about 3-4 in the morning on Monday. It just kept coming. It was about 18 inches. I don't think all my time living in Kansas City, I don't think I've seen a snowstorm where it's like 18 inches. I think the most is probably a foot. That 18 inches, whoo! And then the ice, and you saw the videos and all the photos on social media of like cars just wrecked on the highway. They were closing down highways. We were like in a state of emergency. It was crazy. We haven't even like I'm a school teacher. We haven't even been back to school yet. Today, right now I'm recording this. I go back today. Today's Thursday. We were supposed to go back Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday was supposed to be the first day for the school district I work in. We were supposed to have another PD day on Monday, but it got canceled. And then Tuesday got canceled because it was below zero in the morning. And then yesterday got canceled because it was also below zero. It was like -5 degrees. So today's our first day back. And then there's reports. I know this video is coming out Friday, but I'm recording Thursday morning. There's reports that Thursday evening, tonight, we're supposed to get another 1 to 3 inches. So I don't even know if there's going to be school tomorrow. On top of the snow that's already out there. I mean, most of it's been cleaned off. But I was hearing people on social media yesterday talk about and reading that some of the roads are still iffy. Like some of the sidewalks are still iffy. So if we get another 1 to 3 inches, I'm just like, okay, I'm sick of snow already. I mean, I'm down for some snow, but 18 inches, yeah, goodbye. Goodbye. I don't know how cities like Buffalo deal with shit like this all the time, where they get all that snow all the time. It's like, bro, come on now. Enough's enough. Like we do not need this much snow. Like, come on. Like so another 1 to 3 inches to add on top of the 18 inches we already got. Oh my god. It's enough to build an igloo. Literally. It's enough. I think I saw a picture on social media. Somebody was building an igloo. It was like this tall. I was like, are you crazy? How did you do that, first of all? It's like, that's wild. Can you come to my house and build one? But it's fucking wild. 2025 is we already here. We're here. I said this to my wife when we were in Garden City visiting her family. I said, are we in the fucking Twilight Zone? And she's like, I think we are. I think we are in the Twilight Zone. I'm telling you, we're in the Twilight Zone. Are we in a simulation? I don't know. Is this the Matrix? I don't fucking know. But we here. We gonna make the best of it. We just gotta keep rolling. Let's go. But today's show, I want to talk about Raw. Raw on Netflix debuted it. Raw for the first time has not been on USA, or I guess it hasn't always been on USA. I mean, it did move to like TNN, Spike TV, and then it moved back to USA. But the first time Raw not being on like cable television, it moved to Netflix this week. It was the first episode. I'm gonna get my thoughts on that. I'm gonna get my thoughts on the Chiefs Week 18 game against the Denver Broncos, and because everybody in the world wants to make a big deal about it, and then give my predictions for the wild card weekend this coming week, which I'm excited to watch the playoff games. I'm just excited for my team to play, even though they don't play into the division round. I'm getting antsy. I just want this weekend to go ahead and get done so we know who we playing. But I'm gonna give my thoughts and give my predictions on winners and things like that. So let's get into it. Raw Netflix. If you didn't know, WWE moved Raw to Netflix. SmackDown moved to USA Network. So USA still gets WWE, but Raw on Netflix was the big talk of the town from last year all the way up until the debut episode. And I was excited. I was excited for Raw to be on Netflix because now it gets to more countries, more people have access to it because Netflix is worldwide. Uh, Raw being on Netflix, they can do a little bit more stuff. They can be a little bit more, they can cuss. They can be a little bit more attitude airish. But I did read before the debut of Raw on Netflix, like probably the week before, that Triple H said, we're going to keep things how we've been doing because the product's been really good. I mean, they've upped the ante. They've been getting a little bit more non PG, if you were to put it, on things. But he said we're not going to change it. We're not just going to go and just be like, hey, everybody can just go cuss on the promos. Everybody can do this because you got to be able to cut a promo without all that. And so I get that, but you're going to be able to do some stuff here and there that's more like okay, more of that attitude era. So I think that there will be a blend in it, and they won't go overboard with it because that would just get stale and old. But I like the way Triple H was talking about that. I was reading an article where he's like, "We're just because we're going on Netflix and we're not don't have to adhere to like the cable standards of like cussing and things like that and being more 18 and older, being more attitude-ish. Because back in the day, it was wild. It was wild back in the wrestling. I'm telling you, WWE, WCW, back in the Attitude and the Monday Night Wars, it was wild. Even the early 2000s. I mean, shit, you had Edge and Lita performing half naked on TV back then. Early 2000s. Shit, it was a wild time in wrestling back then. But I don't expect it to be that wild. I expect them to do some stuff. But I like having a little bit cuss words here and there in the promos, but I have to have it bleeped out. So I I was excited for them to be on Netflix. And my thoughts on it overall, I thought it was a good show. I really did. The production of the of Raw on Netflix is nice. It was nice. They changed the background. They changed the stage. Now it's more short. I know they've been changing the stage the last few years, but this one I actually liked because I don't know if it's going to stay like that where people can sit behind the stage because now it's a shorter LED screen, so you can have those seats full in the back, which in terms gets more people in the show. You don't have to have it like blacked out because you used to have the big stage, the big LED screen, the big screen, the giant screen. But if they have the shorter screen, I don't mind that at all. It has a different feel to it. I like it. It's more of the old when Raw first debuted back in the '90s, where it just had the RAW and there's no screen, and I like that feeling. It's kind of bringing back that feeling. But you have the LED screen, it just goes all the way across, but people can sit behind it, which I don't mind at all. And more people, more seats, more butts in the seats, right? That's more of a profit. It's actually smart. It's actually smart business if you think about it. If I can find a way to get people, because we lose all those seats if we have the big giant everything. But if we can make this smaller, we can put seats back there, right? So I like it. It adds more of that old school feel of when Raw used to have the Raw spelled out, and people used to come out and they're in the smaller venue back in the day when they were actually before they actually went and do it live, Raw live. I To be honest, I like the smaller stages. I like it. It gives that feel because I remember back in the day, like at WWF in your house when they used to have the in your house pay per view, they literally just have a house and say WWF in your house. It was like the greatest thing. I remember even the WrestleMania. Was it WrestleMania? The one where Michaels and Austin fought and Tyson. That wasn't a big stage. I mean, back then they didn't used to have big stages for WrestleMania. They care more about the spectacle of the crowd, and they had like small interest, like WrestleMania 12. Like the interest is just WrestleMania. Fuck, was it 13? Where's Austin and Bret Hart, where the glass broke? That didn't have a big entrance set. If you go back then to like the '90s, they didn't have those big dramatic stages and entrances like they do now, which I like. But I'd be okay with like a smaller entrance, just like they did for the Royal Rumble when John Cena made his return, and it was at Madison Square Garden, and that little small entrance. I love that. I love that. You had more people in the crowd. You have more people in the seats. It adds more to the spectacle than the big stage. I mean, I like the big stage, but I prefer the small entrance. I prefer like to have it on Raw right now. Have that for like all the have that for all the other premium live events. A smaller stage, a smaller screen, like they're having on Raw on Netflix. Have it for that for all the premium live events except Raw. I would say have the big stage, save it for WrestleMania and SummerSlam. All the other events have like just a smaller stage with the smaller, screen. The Royal Rumble, no, you don't need it because the excitement of Royal Rumble is somebody just running to the ring. You don't know who's going to be next. Save it for WrestleMania. Save the big stage for WrestleMania. Save the small stages for the other premium live events and a big stage for SummerSlam. Because really, those are your two biggest aside from probably Royal Rumble and Survivor Series. But because if you're doing Survivor Series and you're doing like War Games or Survivor Series, then you don't really need that big stage because your whole thing is the two rings. Royal Rumble, your whole thing is who's coming out next for the Rumble. So I'd say the big stages for SummerSlams. Go back to those smaller stages, smaller entranceways for the premium live events for the other ones. I wouldn't mind that at all. But I thought the production value was good. I know some people were complaining that there wasn't enough matches. I mean, people got to understand they can't just put on like 6, 7 matches on Raw or SmackDown or NXT TV, right? You do have to say some stuff for the premium live events, the pay per views. Everything you do on Raw, SmackDown, NXT before a premium live event is to build up, is to build up to that next thing that you're doing, to build up to that match. Yeah, this was the first, so they had a few big matches. They had 4 big matches. You had Roman Reigns versus Solo. You had Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso. You had Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. And you had CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Right? So you had 4 big matches. They made it the debut seem like we're going to have these 4 matches. And this is what we're going to do because these are big matches that we're going to do on Raw and Netflix. And then you're going to have talking in between because that people need to understand this. It's like I said, Raw, SmackDown, NXT on Tuesday is used to build up towards the premium live event. Because if you give everything array on Raw and SmackDown and NXT on Tuesdays, why would anybody watch the premium live events? Right? Yeah, you can have some big matches here and there. And I get like they had 4 just now on the debut of Raw on Netflix. But it's not going to be like that every week where you have big matches. And there's going to be promos. There's going to be all these segments, these different segments, because you got to build up to something. You're building up to something to the premium live event because you want everybody to watch the premium live event. If you all just give it away on the weekly television shows, nobody's going to watch the premium live event. I sometimes I don't think wrestling fans understand that. Like, you got to build up to this. They're not just going to put 8 matches on Raw. Why would you watch a premium live event? There's like 8 matches on Raw. Here we go. It's like, no, that's not the way that works. So people upset that there wasn't enough wrestling in a 3-hour show. There was only 4 matches. It's a weekly television show. There's going to be segments. There's going to be people cutting promos. There's going to be other stuff that's happening. It's just not wrestling. It's a TV show. I get it's wrestling, sports entertainment, whatever you want to call it. It's just not going to be 3 hours of straight wrestling. You would be bored with that. I guarantee if they put on 3 hours of straight wrestling with like no promos, no other segments, you would be bored. And you would be critiquing every match. Like, that match sucked, this match sucked, that match sucked, that match wasn't any good. Listen, the internet wrestling community is never happy. But I enjoyed the show. I thought it was great. I give it 10 out of 10. All the way around. The ring, the black canvas, I love the black canvas. I like the blue canvas that they have on SmackDown. I love the black. I I saw the referee shirts. Is that going to be like, because they were wearing it on NXT on Tuesday, the next night they had the black. Is that going to be the same thing on SmackDown? I mean, I wouldn't mind them going back down on SmackDown to the blue polos. I like personally, I love the black. I love wearing black as a referee. The only time I've gotten to wear like a black polo is when I work for GCW, and I fucking love wearing black as a referee. I would rather move away from the zebra stripes and move to like the black polo, because in a sense it makes it more real. Because if you watch MMA, they wear black. They wear like the black polos, the referees, right? And I know like all the last few years they've been trying to like put that wrestling into like, we're trying to make this legit. Okay, the referees, even in boxing, they wear more of like the button up long sleeves. And I gotta think, but I know in MMA they wear like the black polos. In UFC they wear the black polos, and it makes it more legit real. And somebody pointed this out on Twitter that with the black polos and the black canvas, the referee just blends in. You don't even notice they're there. Which, when they have the zebra stripes on, you notice they're there. But when they had that black polo and somebody said that, I was like, yeah, you really don't even notice the referee's there, because you have the black canvas, you have the black polo, and it still has the stripe. It has like two stripes, the WWE logo, which I like. So I'm here for the black polos. Hell yeah, I'm here for it. If they want to put in all three brands on Raw, Netflix, I mean NXT and SmackDown, I'm here for it. If they wanted to move to the blue polos for SmackDown, I'm here for that. I don't know how that would go well with the blue canvas. The black on black, the black canvas and the black referee shirt was fine, but the blue canvas and the blue polo, I don't know how that would be. I'd have to see it first. But I think the blue polo, I mean, blue canvas with a black polo would be fine as well too. I'm here for the black polos. I'm here for it. As far as the ref cam, it is what it is. I'm not a fan of it. Just saying. I mean, I feel like you could just put like a little button cam right here and that would work. Like the whole ear thing. Woo! Shout out to Eddie for wearing that. Who else was it? Chad Patton was wearing it in the first match too. So shout out to them for hey, I don't know if they volunteered, they got chosen, but shout out to them, they volunteered to wear that. I know that must be hard because they have to wear an extra pack on them as well as their radio pack, and then they have this camera, this big thing that's sticking out on the ear, which, I mean, hey, they're gonna keep trying it. It is what it is. I mean, I didn't even see them use it. Like they didn't even cut to like camera angles with it during, well, there was only the two matches that the refs had it in. So they didn't really cut the camera angles with it, but it is what it is. We'll see where it goes. But the black polos, hell yeah, I'm here for it. Let's go. But the matches, I thought the matches were good. I really did. I was into all of them. We started out hot, match wise. With show wise, we started out real hot with The Rock coming out and cutting a promo. I'll get to that in a minute, into a second, about people complaining about what he did. But the matches, we started off hot. Roman Reigns is solo for the I don't know what it's called. I don't want to butcher the name, so I'm not going to say it. To become the tribal chief, you have to get that thing handed down. I have to look it up. But I thought that match started off hot. Tribal rules. Let's go. They went at it. They went at it. No disqualifications. Basically, anything goes. You knew at a moment in time that somebody from Solos came. The bloodline was going to show up. Tonga showed up, and then Jacob Fatu showed up, and they started doing stuff. At one point, you thought Roman Reigns had it won. I really did. I was like, okay, is he gonna kick out of this one? And then ref gets pulled. Jacob Fatu shows up, and then Jimmy and Sami Zayn show up. They start fighting, take them out. Boom, 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 and then Kevin Owens shows up. I'm like, hey, where's Jey Uso? I was like, oh, I'm thinking, oh, he has a match to prepare for. But who's gonna come out and stop Kevin Owens? And Cody Rhodes showed up, got rid of Kevin Owens, and then they went back and forth. And then Roman hit him with a spear. It was 1, 2, 3. He's the tribal chief. He's the tribal chief. Roman Reigns, baby. We here. We here. I was expecting, like, when the referee went down, When the referee got knocked out, I was like, "Oh, we have a ref bump in match one. Let's fucking go!" I'm like, "Oh, he done. He done. Oh yeah, he done." Chapman was done after was it Jacob Fatu hit him? Yeah, it was like, "Oh, he done." And then I was expecting in my head, like watching that, and after that happened, I was like, "Watch The Rock come out, do some shit, and count to three," because he's on the board of directors, right? So anything he says goes, right? So that's why that was where my mind was. But then the other ref ran down, counted, and then eventually we got to the finish, hit him with a spear, 1, 2, 3. I was like, "Oh, I thought The Rock would have came out and like did something, right?" But then The Rock comes out, he gives the thing to Roman, sits in a corner. That's your tribal chief, right there. That's your tribal chief. But I thought the match was good, good pace, good stuff. I know people were like they should have saved that for another time, but when you're debuting on Netflix, you got to go out there and give your best, and that was one of your best matchups. Uh, so I thought it was a good match. The Rock coming out and giving him his praise, giving him the thing to become the original tribal chief. I thought was good. So we know they're gonna set up for that match at WrestleMania. Roman and The Rock. I don't know if it's gonna come out that The Rock was actually in charge and pulling the strings with Solo Sikoa. I thought that would come on this past episode of Raw, the debut on Netflix, but it didn't. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. I don't know if that was the story to begin with, if that was it to begin with. But we shall see. But I expect Roman and The Rock to face off at WrestleMania because we were supposed to get it last year. I expect we get it this year. We definitely get it this year. And maybe that's where it comes to fruition, but who knows? And then we had Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Great match. I thought it was great. I enjoy Rhea Ripley's work. I enjoy the shit she does. It was awesome. I Liv Morgan, fabulous work with her and Dom. I mean, the whole Dom is just an incredible heel, and he plays the part so well. Oh my god, he's just incredible. It, with him and Liv Morgan, him turning on Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam last year, and then she finally getting her revenge. I really didn't expect. I didn't expect her to win. I didn't see that coming, but I'm excited that she get another title run because she is really good. And then at the end of the match, she gets the American Badass Undertaker to come out and give her due. Like that, you're getting validation from the Undertaker. It reminds me of when he gave validation to John Cena when John Cena had his debut match on SmackDown against Kurt Angle's Open Challenge. It's like, oh, here's the validation. That's validation for Rhea Ripley. So she's gonna shoot to the moon. Like if you thought she was here, she's gonna go here. Now that she got that validation from the Undertaker, she's got that. Like, nah, it's new heights. It's new heights for Rhea Ripley. But I thought the match was good. I like the way they did it. The chair spot where Liv Morgan hit it on the chair, and then Rhea Ripley kicked out, and then they tried it again and got blocked. Rhea Ripley's a beast in the ring. She hits her finisher, 1, 2, 3, new champ. Dom gets in the ring, be like, "I'm sorry, yeah, give me a hug. I love you all the time." And then she hit her finisher on Dom. I was like, "Hell yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get." I fucking love wrestling. I'm sitting there watching it on the couch. I told my wife I'm watching Raw tonight. I haven't watched Raw. I mean, I haven't watched like episodes in length in a while. I still keep up. I'll look at the highlights on Twitter and things like that. Still, I know what's going on storyline wise, but just sitting down and watching it, I just haven't had time. I've been fucking busy. But I told my wife, I'm watching Raw. I'm watching. It's on Netflix. I'm watching it. I sat down there like a little kid again, watching watching the whole 3 hours. I was in the zone. I was lost in it. And then yeah, I'm and where we at next? Then we had Drew McIntyre, Jay Uso. Jay Uso's entrance with Travis Scott. He put out a blood. Travis Scott blood out of blood. Just hitting it live on Netflix. You know they would have done that on USA. That's the type of stuff. You could be edgier in that way. Like here's Travis Scott smoking a blunt, right? Weed is legal in California, right? Because they're in LA. But it was just funny. Like, I don't think you would have saw that if it was on USA Network. It was just like, it was like, he just hit the blood. I fucking love it. They came out. He did his match with Drew McIntyre. I thought they had a pretty good match. Like, everybody's saying all the matches sucked except Seth Rollins and CM Punk, but I thought all the matches were good. I really did. They went out, they did their thing. Jey Uso, you know, we here for it. I'm here for Jey Uso. I'm here for him to to get to get that. I'm here. And I like the way that they ended the match with Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre with the roll up. Sometimes you gotta end it that way. You can't just have all matches end with finishers. Come on now. You gotta have some matches in different ways, right? But with the roll up, I love the roll up. Just get them on the roll up and get out the ring, and it's like, what the fuck? It's like one of the surprise roll ups, and it's just like 1, 2, 3. It's like, what the fuck? You just hit me with the roll up? No, I did not lose that away. I love that. I love that because they went back and forth. They hit the finishers, and then he hits him with he hit him with a roll up because he played it because he took a move, and then he was coming out of the corner, and I think he was baiting him, and then he went as Drew McIntyre was going to hit the Claymore, right? So I love this type of shit in a match because it makes you think, right? Uh, he's in the corner. Jey Uso's in the corner. He just took something. McIntyre's setting up for his Claymore, waiting for him to turn around, come to the ring, and then he's going to hit him with the Claymore. Jey Uso comes out. He just falls down. Right. Drew McIntyre's like, huh? This is your guy? This is your guy? I got him on the ground. This whole time, Jey Uso's baiting him. He's baiting him because now he's getting some time to recover. And then Drew McIntyre goes in the corner, goes in, reversal happens, rolls him up, 1, 2, 3, we out. See, I love shit like that. I love shit in a match like that. Because it makes you think like, oh, he was baiting him the whole time. He was baiting him the whole time. He just went to his knees like, I know the Claymore's coming. I turn around and see him go, oh, I'll just go to my knees. I want to get hit with the Claymore. Beautiful. That's the type of beautiful work that I don't think like people understand and look at because they just want all this. They want hot spots all the time. They don't want a story told. I think we're like in the day and age where people don't like stories told in wrestling matches. They just want this, that, boom, 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 boom. It's like, oh my god, it's so great. I need stories. I want stories in my match. I want something I'm going to be intrigued in. I want stories. Come on now. And then you finish up with CM Punk and Seth Rollins, and they went at it. Ooh, they went at it. It was great. I didn't know who was going to get the victory on that match. I was kind of thinking Seth Rollins, maybe. Oh, Dirty, maybe. But we gave it CM Punk, and they went at it. They hit each other's finishers, and then at one point, CM Punk hit Seth Rollins with something. It looked like he hit him hard right in the leg. With the I think it was the GTS, but he hit him with that GTS and he won the match. But I really thought it was a good match. I thought they went at it. Uh, I said I don't know if there's like real bad blood between those two, but it's always nice if there is some animosity between two people, especially and they can go work together. See, in wrestling, it's always good when there is some animosity between two people, especially if they can use that and create something beautiful. Just like the promo work they did the week prior and coming in and putting it together in a match and just going like it was like brawling style, like I'm gonna fuck you up. And then in parts of the match, Seth Rollins was yelling at the referee. It was like, you ain't gonna fucking do shit, goddammit. You're not no, you're gonna let this happen. And the referee's like, don't put me in that position, Seth. I was like, I love that type of shit. I love that back and forth between the ref and the wrestler. But you don't really see that type of stuff on WWE, where it's like that ref discretion. Like he's gonna let him go. He's gonna be lenient. You don't really see that. Well, and I like that. I like in certain matches. I think that's okay. Like that type of match, you let them just go out and fucking do the thing, right? But if they use like a weapon like a chair or something like that, then I think you call it DQ. But if they're outside the ring, just let them do their thing. Like let them go. There's shit that needs to be worked out. So I kind of like that. I felt like it was he's gonna let them work outside the ring. He's gonna let them do them. And then at one point, I remember seeing Punk was outside the ring after he got hit with the GTS by Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins told the referee, "Don't you fucking count." And he's like, "Oh," and you get frustrated as a ref because I know how that feeling is. Like, don't you kill you? But I think it would be one of those things. Like, if they would have used weapons, yeah, you get DQ'd. But if they're outside the ring and they're just using using the guardrail, using the barricade, using the table, the ring announce table, as long as they're not getting a weapon and getting a chair or a kendo stick or the bell or a belt or whatever the case may be. So I like that. I don't know if I'll see more of that, but I'm okay with that. But yeah, I thought it was great. It's a great match. A+. 2 thumbs up. What do we? 3 stars? 4-star match? I thought all the matches were good. They had me all, and I was happy with all the outcomes. What they did in the match. Let's fucking go. But just a couple more things on Netflix on Raw. Uh, The Rock coming out cutting his promo. I see some people online that were didn't like it because he was just shitting on a whole year of storylines of him and Cody because he went out there and he was thanking Cody. At this point, that was the board, The Rock, that was on the board of directors of TKO, the company that basically owns WWE now and owns UFC. That was board of director Dwayne The Rock Johnson coming out, and he was just excited. He was cutting a promo, like thanking these people, thanking Netflix people, thanking Tony Khan. No, is it Nick Khan? Nick Khan, not Tony Khan. That's Taylor Khan. Nick Khan. Thanking everybody. He thanked Cody Rhodes for the last year being the champion and putting the company on his back and just rolling. And he gave him a hug. I didn't have a problem with that at all. I'm like, yeah, sometimes we want to keep in those storylines and keep kayfabe alive, but at the same time, like we all know, right? But you gotta treat this like it's a TV show, like it's a movie you're watching. You just gotta let yourself get loose, get lost in it, right? So in this moment, I have a problem with The Rock did because he's coming out because he is on the board, right? He listen when The Rock wants to get into character and we get back to the storyline, you just gotta get lost in it, right? So him coming out and doing this, I have no problem with. It's a big moment. We're gonna come out. We're gonna thank everybody. We're gonna thank the fans for coming. We're gonna thank Netflix. We're gonna thank everybody. I'm gonna thank Cody Rhodes. I know we had our differences. Listen, I guarantee you that shit will come to a head later this year. Watch it. It will. It will. It will. But I thought it was good overall. You had John Cena come out, cut his promo, talk about how can I get my 17th championship. He's like, what if I just win the Royal Rumble? I think I'm going to enter the Royal Rumble. I loved it. I loved it. Uh, I've always liked John Cena, especially when he came out. When he first came, or not when he first came, when he became Doctor Thugonomics, I was here for it. I was like, "Word life to your mother. Word life. Let's fucking go." Oh my god, who else? I don't even want to go into the Hogan thing, man. That shit was that was rough to watch. That was rough to watch. And I know he was just coming out there to talk about the beer because they got WWE and Hulk Hogan got a deal with his Real American beer, which I've tried and I actually like it. I've had his and Stone Cold beer. Like anytime I see their beer at the store, I'm buying it. Like Stone Cold and Hulk Hogan's beer, I'm buying it. I I didn't even know Hulk Hogan had his own beer. I knew Stone Cold had his own beer, but it wasn't available where I was. I remember 2 years ago when we went to Florida, we went to Hogan's sports bar and I was sitting there and I saw the menu. I didn't see it until later because it was late at night. I was tired, so I just ordered a margarita. But then I saw on the menu, I was like, wait a minute, Hogan has his own beer and they got Steve Weiser's? I was like, y'all got these? I was like, can I get some of these to go? She's like, you go up to the bar and order them in like the cans to go. I was like, hell yeah. I ordered like 6 of them, 3 of each. And then I drank them the rest of the vacation. Some on the 4th of July because we were on the beach for the 4th. Some on the last day. I was like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't even know if they have Hogan beer here in Kansas City. I know they got Steve Austin's beer, which I enjoy. I like both of them. I like both of them. I'll fucking drink both of them. I don't give a fuck. But him getting booed, that was rough to watch. And you could tell, like him cutting his promo, he was like, he was just trying to get through it. It was rough to watch. I'm not even gonna lie. It was rough to watch, but hey, it is what it is. People got a right to voice their opinions, you know? It is what it is. But overall, I give it 10 out of 10 Raw on Netflix. I know the shows ain't gonna have like those type of matches and big stars coming out all the time. It was the first one, but I expect Raw on Netflix to be I expect it to be different. The production's different, which I like. It changes things. It's refreshing. But we here. Raw on Netflix, 10 out of 10. Let me know in the comments what you thought Raw on Netflix. I enjoyed it. 10 out of 10 for me. Let's fucking go. This past Sunday, we're moving on. This past Sunday, we had a Chiefs Week 18 game against the different Broncos. And as you know, the Chiefs wrapped up everything on Christmas after they defeated the Steelers. They already wrapped up the number one seed. And so their last game in Week 18, or Game 17, in Week 18, really didn't matter. It really didn't, because we already wrapped up the one seed. Means we got the first round bye, and that means we get to rest our starters. And so I already knew they were gonna rest their starters. Like I didn't have any like I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I was like, I really didn't care about this game either. Like, yeah, I didn't care about this game. Yeah, I was gonna sit and watch it. Would I have liked our backups to beat Denver? Yeah, that would have been funny. That would have been funny. It's like you lost a whole bunch of backups. Literally, I expected backups to play. I didn't expect that many backups to play. Because I remember Mitch Holtis, who's the voice of Chiefs radio, he does the play-by-play on the game days. He was talking about like when they say backup, it's like not everybody is going to be playing. That's going to be a backup. There's going to be some starters here and there, and that's what I was expecting. Right? I was trying to go through my head and be like, okay, this person's definitely not going to play. This person's not going to play. This person's not going to play. And then because I remember I went on the game because I always like to play Madden before the Chiefs play, and I was like trying to see who I could put in as backups. And I was like, okay, I can put that person in. I can put that person in. I was looking at the linebackers. I was like, where the hell are all our linebackers at? Like we have like one middle linebacker, and we have like no backup or something like that. I was like, hold on. I was like, I'm just putting random people in here. I was like, who can I put in? I put in all backups. I got my ass kicked. I couldn't do anything. I was like, this is terrible. And I was like, I got my ass whooped. I swear to you, Madden be know how it is. The game is frustrating at times, mostly all the time when you play, but it be true. I got my ass kicked. I'm sitting here with a bunch of backups trying to beat Denver. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't move the ball. I had one good drive. I scored a touchdown. It was literally like 30 something to 7 on the game. And then what happened in real life? 38 to nothing. 38 to nothing. Which is like I'm watching the game like, yeah, I wanted the offense and the defense to do stuff, but at the same time I was like, I don't care. I wasn't even mad. I wanted the game. I was hoping that we could have won, but we didn't. It is what it is. I really didn't care. And do I think the Chiefs did this on purpose? No. So that they could keep the Bengals out? That shit makes no sense to me. It really doesn't. You think I'm scared of the Bengals? No. Who cares? Bring them on. Bring anybody on. I don't care who we play. Last year we had to play everybody. We had to go to Buffalo. We won. We had to go to the Ravens. We won. Win in the Super Bowl and beat the favorite San Francisco 49ers. And we won. It doesn't matter who we play. We're not scared of nobody. Travis Kelce said on his podcast, The New Heights, he ain't scared of fucking nobody. Remember the year that they were talking all that shit and the Bengals had to come back to Arrowhead and they were calling it Burrowhead? Oh, we wanted that game. We didn't want Buffalo. We wanted the Bengals that year. Don't act like we scared of the fucking Bengals. Just because, yeah, they give us problems. But me as a fan, I want to beat those teams. I want to beat them all. And I know this year, if we win our divisional round playoff game, I know that we really only have to beat either Buffalo or Baltimore. So we really don't have to go through that gauntlet like we did last year. But at the same time, I was like, I don't give a fuck who we play. I don't care who wins. I don't care if we play Denver in the division round. I don't care if we play the Steelers, the Chargers, or the Texans. We've already played these teams. We know what they can do. We've beaten them. Let's fucking go. If Denver thinks they got anything out of that game of beating us, they're mistaken. they were showing their asses in that game, like showing everything. And I guarantee this is why I think the Chiefs are smart. The Chiefs went in there and treated that as a preseason game. Put all the backups in there, second and third stringers and fourth stringers. They're like, hey, go out there and do this. We are playing cover two. We're playing the most vanilla thing on defense. Offense, they couldn't even move the ball. And then, like I said, they had all backup offensive linemen. I mean, like the first series, they had like Trey Smith, Joe Tooney, and Creed Humphrey in the game. I'm like, oh, they're still in the game, okay. But then, like the second series, it was DJ Humphries at left tackle. It was Kingsley at left guard. It was, I think it was Mike Caliendo at center. I don't know who was at right guard, and it was Wanye Morris at right tackle. I was like, oh, we have all backup offensive linemen in there right now. So it's like they're playing the most vanilla. They weren't even calling their best plays. Meanwhile, Denver's out here calling all this fancy, fancy stuff. And on defense, they're doing this. On offense, they're doing this. And I'm just like, they're showing everything. And they're just giving everything away to the Chiefs, who they could potentially play in the division round. Because if the Denver beats, if Denver, hold on, if Denver wins in the wild card round, they're coming to Kansas City because they're the seventh seed, and we play the lowest seed, right? So if they beat Buffalo, they come to Kansas City, and they showed a lot in that game because yeah, it was a must win for them. You're playing backups. You didn't have to show that much to beat our backups, really. You really didn't. They showed a lot, and then they're just sitting there taking notes. I'm telling you, the Chiefs. Everybody is playing checkers. The Chiefs play chess. They really do. They're on a different level. Everybody's playing these games. They're up here playing. They're playing smart games. They're playing chess. They're, everybody's playing checkers and they're playing chess. It is what it is. So, but no, yeah, and like I said, I even saw a Buffalo fan tweet it that like I hate the Chiefs. I'm a Buffalo fan, but they earned the right. They got the number one seed. They earned the right to rest their starters. If the Bengals wanted to make the playoffs, they should have stopped starting the season 0-4. Like they always do. They always start off slow. Maybe win your first 4 games and you wouldn't be put in this situation. I don't care how great your quarterback played. I don't care how great Jamar Chase and how many Triple Crown winning. Nobody cares. Nobody's talking about that. Why? Because your team didn't make the playoffs. All that regular season shit don't mean shit unless you make the playoffs. The regular season doesn't mean shit unless you make the playoffs and go deep into the playoffs. Like the whole goal of the regular season is just to win enough games to make the playoffs. Yeah, you want to win your division. You want to secure that playoff spot, and you want to get the 1 seed. But at the end of the day, if you get in the playoffs and you're healthy, that's all that matters. It's go time. Don't matter where. At the end of the day, when you make the playoffs, it don't matter where you're at in the seeding. At that point, yeah, you want the 1 seed because you want the bye. After a grueling 18 weeks, 17 games, yeah, that bye is good for them because they had their bye week 6, and they've been playing a lot of football in the last 3 years, right? But we here. We here. I don't want to hear it. The Chiefs are here. We gonna go for that 3-peat. They gotta come through us. Everybody's gotta come through us now. I ain't worried. I'm just excited to see where this goes. These games are going to be close because it's the playoffs and that's what happens. We don't have blowouts in the playoffs. Maybe there'll probably be some blowouts this weekend and wild card weekend, but I don't expect there to be blowouts in the divisional round or the conference championship games. But we here. So Chiefs week 18 getting that extra rest. I'm excited for it. Ooh, Travis Kelsey's hyped. What did they say? DeAndre Hopkins got straight off the flight from Denver. Went straight to the weight room at the facility. I saw Chris Jones post on Instagram yesterday. He in the weight room, and these guys are so fucking ready. You just have no idea. They are so fucking ready for this playoff run. You gonna have to come with it. You gonna see it. You gonna see a different Chiefs team. Don't take everything you see in the regular season. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yeah, they're gonna be close, but you gonna see a different Chiefs team. You want to see elevated play. I'm telling you, let's go. Let's go. But we're gonna get into this last thing. I'm gonna get out your hair. Wild card weekend. What do we got? A total of 6 games. We got a game on Monday night. We got about 3 on Sunday, 2 on Saturday. Something like that. I know the one Monday night. But I'm just gonna get into my who I think is gonna win every game, and then I'm gonna get at you here. So let's start off on the NFC side, right? So we got the Lions who got the first round bye. They got the victory this past Sunday against the Vikings, and they just whooped the Vikings. They just did. Defensively, they whooped the Vikings. Offensively, then they whooped the Vikings. Sam Darnold did not come to play. I mean, they had a chance early in like the first quarter when I thought that should have been a safety because he was throwing at nobody, and then he missed. Justin Jefferson had a drop pass, ones he usually catch, and then Sam Darnold missed him in the corner. He just got put too much on, just a little bit. It is right there. That could have changed the whole complexity of the game. Them getting a score right there, but Lions got the 1 seed. I think they're the best team in the NFC. I think they are. I think the Chiefs are the best team in the AFC. Record wise, it proves. It proves. She's out here winning games, and that's all that matters, right? But it'll be different in the playoffs. But I think the Lions are the best in the NFC. They proved it. They are. But let's go. Let's get these matchups. Let's give my prediction of who I think will win and move on to the next round. We got Green Bay versus the Eagles. It's Green Bay. They're at Philadelphia. I got the Eagles in this one. I think the Eagles are a better team. We'll see how Jalen Hurts is because I know he's coming off concussion protocol, but they just have an amazing running game with Saquon Barkley. I don't. That boy was about to break the record. So he's one of the best in the league. Him and Derrick Henry right now. Running backs making a comeback though, right? I love it. I love to see it. I love to see it. Running back myself. I fucking love running backs. I hate that they get so much shit and they get called dime a dozen. But when you got people like Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry, those aren't dime a dozen. Sorry, stop it. Stop the cap. I don't like it. Running backs need more respect put on their name. But I got the Eagles in this one. It's gonna be a close game. I don't think all the playoff games are gonna be blowouts. The only one I really don't. I think is all games are gonna be close in the wild card weekend. But I got the Eagles against Green Bay. I think it'll be a close game. If I had to give a score prediction, 24-21 Eagles. They move on. We got Washington versus Tampa Bay. That's gonna be an interesting game. You got Jaden Daniels, rookie, first year in the playoffs. You got Baker Mayfield, who's got the experience. They put on a run last year. They had to win their game. They had a tough game this past weekend to win their division. So Atlanta didn't get in. But Washington going on the road, Tampa Bay, Jaden Daniels, first road playoff game, rookie. I got Tampa Bay. I'm gonna go with Baker Mayfield. I've always liked Baker Mayfield ever since he came out of Oklahoma. I'm going Baker Mayfield against the Washington Redskins. I think Jalen Daniels put up a good fight, but I think in the end, I think that experience, that rookiness is going to come out. Being a rookie quarterback in the playoff game on the road in a tough environment like Tampa Bay, and they're going to be hyped for that game. I got Tampa Bay. I think it'll be too much for the rookie on Washington to overcome. Just you're on the road. It's your first playoff game. I'm going Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay. I think it's close to begin with, and then I think Tampa Bay pulls away. I think this could be one of those games. 28-17, Tampa Bay. And then we got Vikings versus LA. I don't know where that game's going to take place. I don't know if it's going to happen in LA. It's not until Monday night, so they got time to figure that out. But if not, it would be Arizona, and it'd be on a neutral site. So I don't know how that would affect anything. But I'm taking LA. I don't trust Sam Darnold to go on the road and beat a team on the road in the playoffs. I'm going LA. I'm going LA. LA right now. LA will get to the playoff. LA will get there. Yeah, I got LA. LA, I think that'd be a game like maybe. Let's go 28-21. 28-21 LA Rams. And then on the AFC side, we got the Denver Broncos versus the Buffalo Bills. This game is going to be an intriguing matchup. You got the 7th seed Broncos, right? Against Buffalo, going into Buffalo. You got another rookie quarterback. I just can't see Bo Nix going in there and beat Buffalo. I can't. I can't see him going there and beat Buffalo. Buffalo's a tough place. You got to be a real good team. No disrespect to the Broncos, they got a good team, but I can't just see Bo Nix, a rookie quarterback, going there and beat Buffalo. Can it happen? Yes, anything can happen any given Sunday. But I got Buffalo winning this. I think they take it to the Broncos. I think they're going to come out guns a blazing. And I don't think Bo Nix is going to perform that well. I got like 28-10 Buffalo. Maybe there are going to be some blowouts. I really do. I think this will be the weekend where there'll be some blowouts in the playoffs, but come division round and conference championship, it won't be blowouts. But I got Buffalo 28-10. You got Pittsburgh versus Baltimore. Pittsburgh ain't won a game in 4 games straight. They've lost like what, 4 or 5 games in a row? Division game? Division is gonna be it's gonna be one of those games. It is a division game. It's gonna be tough, but I got Baltimore. Baltimore. I think they're gonna rout them. This might be the biggest win of the weekend in terms of points. I think Baltimore routs them. I don't think the Steelers are that good. I know it being a division game, I always talk about division games are going to be close, but the Steelers they just not have been playing well the last 4 or 5 weeks. They don't have a win in the last 4 weeks. I just don't see them doing anything. I don't see them stopping Lamar Jackson. I don't see them stopping Derrick Henry. I don't see the offense doing anything. 35-17. 35-17. Baltimore. Move on to the next round. And then we got Texans and Chargers. This is an interesting matchup. You got CJ Stroud. You got Justin Herbert. I don't know, man. That right there is kind of a toss-up game. I'm gonna take the Chargers. I know the Texans are playing at home, but I don't think they're that great. They lost Tank Dell the game against us to season-ending injury. I just don't think they'll have enough firepower to beat the Chargers. The Chargers are good. They got a good coach. I mean, both teams have a good coach, but I think the Chargers have more, and I think this will be a real close game. Something like 21-20, 21-17, something like that. I think within a score. Within a score. It'll be one of those. It'll be a 1-score game. But I got the Chargers. So, I mean, that's all I got on the wild card weekend. I got the Eagles moving on. I got Tampa Bay. I got LA Rams. I got the Chargers, Baltimore, and Buffalo moving on to the next round in the division round. And if that's the way that happens, the Chiefs will be playing the Chargers in the division round. Which, hey, let's get it for a third time. Let's go. I got the Chiefs playing the Chargers in the division round. Because, yeah, that's the way I got it. Let's fucking go. That's all I got for today. I got to get to work. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. We here on the AK Show. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments who you think is going to win each matchup in the wildcard round. What's your Super Bowl prediction? Or which conference is going to have their Super Bowl represent? Who's going to be representing each conference in the Super Bowl? Comment what you thought about Netflix on Raw. Don't forget to like the episode. Share the episode. Check out the other episodes. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, I'm out. Peace. Let's fucking go. We got to get out of here. We got to get out of here, bro. We got to get out of here.